no Supreme Wrestling Alliance, you stupid fucks.
We all live on the rise, you ain't telling me nothing for the die. No one lies, no strings, I ain't your puppet advice. You step aside unless you wanna run, and I suggest you run and hide with the rest. If they don't, better let them know we're coming. We all live, all live.
Welcome, wrestling fans! We are back on the air! Coming hot off the heels of the first ever, and if our checks keep bouncing, the final ever pay-per-view in SWA history. And we're going to kick it off with the new World's Heavyweight Champion. It's Carmelo Young, and Carmelo Young has something he wants to get off his chest.
You people just don't get it, do you? I told you that I was going to leave SWA Supremacy as the World's Heavyweight Champion, and I did. I told you I was going to leave Gabriel Ace, the overrated Japan reject, laying in a broken heap, and I did. I told you that I was going to take this title all over the world and defend it, and I did, against Big Mike, Michael Elgin. He's now in Impact Wrestling, against Joey Ryan, the big disgrace to this professional wrestling sport.
It's true.
And I did. And you still don't respect me. It's okay. I get it. You people don't respect anyone who fights hard to get where they want to go. So, I proved it when I knocked everybody out in the tournament, and I proved it again. And I'm going to prove it from this day forward. I'm not World Heavyweight Champion for you people. I don't give a damn about the fans of SWA. You can all not watch the show. I'm still getting paid.
Come on, man. What the hell's gotten into this guy?
The next event, it doesn't really matter who. Line them up, JRJ, Josh, it can even be you. Line them up, I will knock him out, and I will still be the SWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Snapped.
Now, I understand you guys are waiting for someone to come in, knock me off my pedestal. And Panic, I give you the props. I went toe-to-toe with you in that death match, and I'm still banged up from it. You knocked me out, but you didn't kill me. Because you probably should have killed me, because that's the only way you're gonna remain relevant in SWA.
Wow.
Pac, it doesn't matter who you are. Pac, anybody in that locker room, hell, it can even be a Mox in this division, but I will still remain World Heavyweight Champion. Line them up. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. You can put that camera on me. You can take it off of me. I will say this until it's the death of me. Line them up, and I will knock everyone out. No more flips, just my forearm and my knee, because I will kill everyone.
Wow. Carmelo Young speaking his mind, but have a look at this. It's Masato Keita. Oh man. And Keita looks like he wants a piece as well. Well, hang on a second. That's Cliff King. That's the manager of James Wright. What is going on? Now he's staking James Wright's claim at the title. James Wright's in action later on tonight, but Cliff King saying the Black Plague is the man that should be in line. Well, here we go again. It's Gabriel Ace this time, the man who was defeated in the final at Supremacy. You might want to keep your words soft and sweet, because you may have to eat them. Wow. Ace as arrogant as ever, but there's several names being thrown into the ring. So I've heard a little whisper in the grapevine that old mate Briggsy isn't too pleased with me. Son, I've made a career of people trying to call me out. I've knocked every single one of them down. You are and you were no different at Supremacy, but you wouldn't shut your mouth, would you? You wouldn't shut your mouth. You started talking shit during the match, and you got banged out, you got pinned, and you can't handle it. But I'm a giving man. So here's what I propose, Briggsy. Come out whenever you feel like it. Whenever you want to crawl out of your little hole or whatever it is the fuck that you do, those little rinky-dink promotions that you wrestle for, and you claim that you're a big star in, when you're wrestling in front of 20 people in a gym, you come out of those little holes. You get in my face and we do it one more time, and I'll shut your mouth one more time. And while I'm talking about shutting people's mouths, I just heard what Carmelo Young said. I've been hearing what he's been saying the whole time. You want someone to step up and knock you out, I'm going to be that guy as well. So Ace, Wright, Cater, whoever it is, I'm putting my name in the ring as well for that World Heavyweight Championship. I'll take over this whole fucking place because that is what I do. And that is what I'll always do. SWA, you're straight out of luck. Man, tempers are flaring tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It has been absolutely off the charts. We're only a couple of minutes in. It's time for some in-ring action, and as promised by Cliff King at the top of the show, we have got the Black Plague James Wright in action right here, right now. And this guy, as we've mentioned in the past, one of the most dangerous men on the roster. Of course, didn't quite get to go all the way in the World's Heavyweight Championship tournament. I'll tell you what, if he had got to the final, he would have been my pick straight up. But instead, he's in against generic red, white, and blue man. I have no idea what this guy's name is. It doesn't even matter. It's the un-Irish whippable James Wright. Irish whips his man in, and look at this beautiful suplex there from, we'll say, maybe generic man number 2. Generic indie guy number 2. That's what we'll call him. As James Wright is trying to stretch him up. Referee Trey Count, back from a nice little vacation after Supremacy. Of course, he reffed every single match of Supremacy, except for the death match, the landmine barbed wire death match between Nick Gage and Panic. That, of course, was officiated by the one and only Terry Funk. Look at this. Oh, look at these elbows here from James Wright. This is going to be a hell of a night, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm being told... Really? Okay. I'm being told in my headset, ladies and gentlemen, that tonight's main event has been made. As Masato Kato got in the face of Carmelo Young. That match has been made for later tonight. Your main event is the World's Heavyweight Champion, who, as he mentioned, is still beaten up from the death match that he had in Japan against Panic. We have some news regarding that match later on tonight as well, as we are trying to get our hands on the footage as we speak. Trying to get our hands on that footage so we can bring that match to you in its entirety. Look at this. Oh, took him down. You see Cliff King watching on here. The new manager of the Black Plague. Hopefully it keeps him a little bit more under control, because that's probably what we need more than anything, is to just keep this man under control so he doesn't just destroy absolutely everything in his path here as they have a bit of a strike-off here. I wouldn't be doing that. With the big man, James Wright. Takes it from behind. Uh-oh, look out. Oh my God. What a backbreaker Feels good to have SWA back on the air, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Double leg takedown. Now the big man's going to the top rope. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No one home. Gets the cover. Trey count. Doesn't even get over there to make the count. Before James Wright kicks out at nothing but a 0. Just confirming, ladies and gentlemen, as I said just before, your main event, Masato Kato versus Carmelo Young, who snapped earlier in the show. And then, of course, it was that man who's just proved yet again that he's un-Irish whippable. Cliff King came out on behalf of the Black Plague and said, my man, James Wright, should not be overlooked for that World Heavyweight Championship. We also heard Ryan Luss say he wants to be considered for it. So all the top guys here, Supreme Wrestling Alliance, wanting to get their hands on the gold. This has gone a little bit long for what I would think. There's a little bit of shades of Becky Lynch there with the disarmer. I don't think that's going to work on the size of the arms of James Wright. Oh, just a 2 count there, but that was just off a punch to the gut. Look out. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. That devastating boot from James Wright. That's got to be it. 2. Got it, no. Generic indie wrestler number 2 kicks out at 2. He's got the Union Jack on his tights. I'm guessing he's probably British. To be honest, I don't speak to anyone backstage because nobody really wants to speak to me. Unfortunately, I don't feel bad about that at all, but, you know, that is what it is. It's James Wright focusing in on the action here. Oh, caught the leg this time. And I reckon generic indie wrestler number 2 might be just a little bit gassed here against the big man, trying to carry the weight around to the big man. Just trying to get him in position here, trying to drag him over, trying to hit him with his signature move, which I have no clue what it is, because I've literally never seen this guy ever before in my life, as he arm wrenches him over. Seems to be somewhat of his favorite move, trying to maneuver him into position. He's obviously got something in mind. He's trying to just destroy the arm here of James Wright. Could be a sound strategy, because then he can't pick you up and throw you around. And oh, my goodness me. Deadlift German suplex. That could turn the tide of the match. Another massive shot right to the jaw. 2. Is it over? It's not over. Generic indie wrestler number 2 putting up a hell of a fight here. Oh, turned him over. Brilliant move. Drags him into the middle of the ring. James Wright could be in trouble. Oh, no, he's not. There's that devastating boot for a 3rd time. And will that draw the 3 count? It certainly will. James Wright, who has thrown his name into the ring for a World Heavyweight Championship match, wins so convincingly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, some very exciting news. We have just received word that we have been given permission to show the death match that ensued between Panic and Carmelo Young in Japan in its entirety. We are going to bring you next week the entire match to see how it unfolded, to see exactly why Carmelo Young is all banged up here tonight. We will show it next week. Well, that is massive, massive news, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we have been given permission. I don't know whether our check may not have bounced to try and get that footage. But we're going to bring you that death match in its entirety next week on the show. And well, this week on the show, Carmelo Young's going to butter up and go again in the main event against Masato Kato. But speaking of buttering up and having to go again, it is going to be the Bear Boys coming off yet another loss. This time, it was all on the line against the APP, the Australian People Party. And at Supremacy, it was the APP that got the job done, became the first ever tag team champions, and now, well, it's Varsity Club going to go head to head with the Bear Boys as they try and get back in contention. There's reportedly been a little bit of dissension in the ranks within the tag team division. Both of these teams. I know that Bobby Schultz hasn't been really happy with his partner for Varsity Club, and also it's been a very public acknowledgement that everybody seems to think that Junior is huge breakout single star potential, but he seems to ignore that and just gets his English lessons from opening act Jack. Well, used to, because the unfortunate incident at Supremacy, which I don't even know if we can legally actually talk about it, because there was a couple of fatalities, but it's all good and everything seems to be cleared up. My phone's been ringing off the hook, but I guess if you don't answer it, you've got nothing. You've done nothing wrong if you don't get caught. So either way, we need to get away from that subject, because it could be legally binding and we could find ourselves in even more hot water, even though our checks are already bouncing and all that sort of thing. As Manhunter's trying to be double teamed here by the Varsity Club. Slings Manhunter and he says, no, I ain't getting Irish whipped. Big man, Manhunter and Ryan Lusk recently went out on a huge alcohol-laden binge around the town after Supremacy. There was a big after party. It was, well, I probably can't talk about that legally either. The after party that happened, all I will say is that Masato Keita might not say much when he's out here, but he was very, very talkative after the show. He and Junior were engaged in a very, very deep conversation. I don't think either of them could understand the other, but they were at least trying to get their own point of views across as he's trying to stretch this man up here. A little bit of a stretch muffler as Junior takes him down. Oh, he's going to do the same here. A pair of stretch mufflers. Man, the Bear Boys have struggled for results. One of the least winning teams to get a tag team title shot perhaps in the history of the company, but they won when it mattered. That seems to be about where it stops though, because it mattered at Supremacy for those tag team titles, but couldn't get that job done there. As the APP were able to do it. Takes him here, trying to drag him over into the corner, get him into that enemy territory, knees to the back. It's Manhunter hammering away. Big Hunter, the big hunter of men, is just absolutely hammering away. Varsity Club going to back it up. Frequent tags, that's generally the best way to get on top of Manhunter. Brings him in. Oh, look at this. This is the ground, the mat proficiency of these two. Amateur wrestling background. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. Side rush and leg sweep, and then he twisted him up like a pretzel. I'd be surprised if Manhunter is still hungover after that after party. I don't think I've ever seen a drunker man in my life than Manhunter. It took him, I reckon it would have taken minimum 3 to 4 cartons of beer to put this guy away. See him, he's breathing pretty heavy on the apron. I don't know whether he's maybe a little gassed. It might not just be from the match here. He's generally good at buttering up though. He's going to have to. As Junior's getting double teamed here, and look out, oh, beautiful suplex. Sends him off, looking for something else to bounce off the rope, but Junior's up to his feet too quickly. Gets the kitchen sink thrown right at him, and then pin, Trey count, perfect position as always. Just draws a 1 count on Junior. Now look at this beautiful toss there. You've got to think the Bear Boys desperately need this win to try and get back in contention for those tag team titles. And right there, we're almost able to defeat the APP, who will be in action next week for the first time since winning the titles. And now look at this, stretching him up again. Stretching him up again. Takes him down though, Manhunter trying to chase him down. Uh-oh, look at this, double team maneuver. Oh my goodness me, they folded him up like an accordion, and now he's going to stretch him as well. Unbelievable tag team prowess from Varsity Club. But Manhunter took him down with a club to the back of the head. 2, that may have knocked him out, no. Not quite. Sends Manhunter in. Oh, big back body drop. Down off the ropes. The combination wrestling is off the charts here. Maybe too much for this company. Powerbomb. Shades of Big Sexy. Now the double team. No. Denied. No, look out. Oh, elbow right to the back. And now he's going to go to the top rope. You don't often see this. No. He bails out. Maybe got a little bit of vertigo. Won't matter. Beautiful suplex. Junior's looking pretty gassed. Figure four, leg lock applied. Trey counts asking the question. Can't put him away. Junior escapes. Now, another elbow to the back. Junior's spent a hell of a long time in this match. I reckon he's still hungover. Manhunter is still hungover. Hasn't spent as much time in this match as he possibly could. And he's just getting double teamed to the absolute maximum here. But he's going to fight out of it with uppercuts. Lefts and rights into the cover. Broken up straight away. Broken up straight away. Where the hell's Manhunter? He's going to need to get a tag, and he does. Now here comes Manhunter. He picks him up though. Folded him up as well. Folded him up as well. To the top rope. Oh, elbow drop to Junior, who's taken a hell of a lot of punishment in this match. He's taken a hell of a lot of punishment in this match. Here comes Manhunter now. Sends him in. Manhunter is really struggling here. But look out. Picked him up. Suplexed him straight out of the ring. Junior's in. Manhunter thrown out. Junior's in now. Armbar on the outside. Oh! Unbelievable. Overhand right from Junior. It's broken down as it always does in the tag team division. Leaps off. Elbow drop. Couldn't find it. It did not compute, but he sends him into the corner. The tag is made. This is definitely not good if you're Manhunter. All the way to the top. Elbow drop. No, he pulled his own. Pulled him out of the way of his own partner. Manhunter with the tag to Junior. I don't know whether he was ready for it, but Manhunter's gassed because he's been on the gas for about 2 or 3 weeks. Junior trying to chase him down. Picked him up. Angle slam. Angle slam. Oh, look out though. Junior's going to fight out. Junior's going to fight out. Oh my God. He just broke him in half. Trey count has thrown the match out. Junior can't continue. He spent that long in the match that he can't continue. And the frustration grows for the Bear Boys. Manhunter has a look at Junior. He's got... where's he going? Where's Manhunter going? Why isn't he helping him? Oh no.
We all live on the rise. You ain't telling me nothing for the die. No one lies, no strings. I ain't your puppet if I step aside. Unless you wanna run and I suggest you run and hide with the rest. If they don't, better let them know we're coming. We all live, all live. Enough bullets to send you in a bit if you full. So rage, reign supreme, soaked to the bone, head to toe on camera. Caught red-handed, holding a smoking pistol that you can't let go. We all live, live wires, live on the set, live and direct, live inside of your head, magnified 1,000 times. Let's give them what they get. It's all live, we all live. Take them out all at once, so one at a time. It don't matter how. We all in, going all out. Set them up, we'll knock them down all live. We all live. Take them out all at once, so one at a time. It don't matter how. We all in, going all out. Set them up, we'll knock them down. We Saturday night, we 24/7, can never have enough fight. Be on the news at 11.
Only the best no-sellers need apply. The women's division is on its way to SWA. But first, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event of the evening. As Masato Kaina is going to take on the brand new World's Heavyweight Champion, Carmelo Young. You see him banged up. We got official word earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that next week we are going to get to see the full-length match. That's right, the full death match between Panic and Carmelo Young will be shown on this program next week. Carmelo Young, though, banged up against the fresh, ready-to-go Masato Kaita, coming off a massive victory over Parkett Supremacy. Oh, look out, look at her side cross body, couldn't find it. Gonna headbutt him though, even with that bandage on his head. It's now Kaita, there he throws that chop, going straight to the head, straight to the midsection, targeting those injured body parts. And this is what it's all about, huge main event. And whether you like him or not, after that opening statement that he made, and I call it a statement because it is that in every sense of the word, it feels as though Carmelo Young has genuinely snapped to you. Sends him in, cover, but Trey count, can't even get over there to make the count. Look out, picks him up, drives him down on his knee as well. Sends him in, of course. Carmelo Young going all the way through the World's Heavyweight Tournament, defeating Gabriel Ace in the main event of Supremacy, one of the greatest matches we've ever seen here in SWA. Oh, look at this. Carmelo takes him down, sends him to the outside. Carmelo, no nonsense, just throws him to the outside to catch his breath. He may need to do that several times during this match because he's clearly not 100%. He's trying to stretch Kaita up. I have to say that Masato Kaita probably the best exponent of the no-sell in company history, I would say. His no-selling is probably just under Panic as he no-sold a landmine. But other than that, I think Kaita probably had the best night in terms of no-sell. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed in Carmelo Young for being bandaged up here tonight. I would much prefer a no-sell, but sometimes when you get blown up, maybe it's not quite as hard as Panic. Maybe that's why he's a little bit pissed off. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Maybe I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't ask him. The mood he is in lately. There's a chop war here. Look at this. Open hand strikes right to the chest. This is not good fun. Collapses both men down. Carmelo Young, full head of steam. Jumps off the ropes, but Kaita's able to jump up to avoid the damage. Irish whips him in and then shoulder checks him right to the ribs. Perfect strategy so far. Spinning back fist right to the chops. And another one. Now look at this though. Carmelo picks him up. We've seen this before. He's going to spin him around. And there's only one way down. And that's hard to the mat, but it's no-sold absolutely to perfection. He really is the king of the no-sell. Sets him in. Looking for the shoulder check, couldn't find it. Carmelo Young with another headbutt. Not afraid to use the injured head either. Sends him in off the ropes again, this time looking for it again. No, couldn't find it. Rebuff. But Carmelo goes to the back. That's as quick as a hiccup there. Carmelo Young now trying to go to that Boston Crab, but couldn't get him to tap out this time. Melo picks him up and then drives him down face first to the mat. And another submission attempt. Certainly an edgier style. Promise not as many flips. He's just going to try and destroy people. And if he has to, I guess he'll probably go to the top rope, but not looking to please the fans anymore, Carmelo Young. His moniker used to be, Melo is for everyone. But obviously, Melo is for no one but himself right now, and Melo is now on the floor. Kaita calling him on, saying, let's continue this in the ring. As Melo whips him off the ropes and a massive European uppercut. Scores. Melo now back to the submission. Knee right to the gut, throwing more knees, throwing a real edgier style here. Carmelo Young, this change in attitude has changed everything about his game. It's Kaita now. Look out! Oh my God! The lariat turned him inside out, no-sold to perfection, over the top of the roll-up king. Here it is, one. Has he done enough? Two. Kaita's done, no, just a 2 count. Cater turned him inside out. And that was an expert no-sell from the world champion. He's world champion for a reason. It's Cater now looking for it again. Mello calling. Cater in trouble. Mello with a spine buster. Mello with a spine buster. Oh, Cater, he missed. Look out, turn him around. Brilliant chain wrestling from Cater. That's what he's known for. Oh, look at that spinning clothesline. Couldn't find it. Now Mello is just getting absolutely beaten the hell out of here by Cater. Fantastic main event. It's Mello now, sent in. Is he thinking it again? Is he thinking it again? The roll-up king. He's one of the best in the world. One. Has he done enough? Two. Trey count in perfect position. 2.9 only. 2.9 only. Sends him off. Cater in. No. Blocked. Rebuffed. It's been counter wrestling at its best. Tucks him down on his knee. Drops him down on his knee, screams into the air, chops him right to the face, and now Mello, oh no, reversal, oh my God, burning hammer, it's over, Cater does it, he kicks out of a burning hammer, that's what SWA is all about. Masato Cater hits a burning hammer, no soul to perfection. One of the best no-sells, perhaps the best no-sell of the night. Cater still throwing knees though. Oh, massive lariat again, and now he's going to try and choke him out. But Mello able to escape here. Sends him off the ropes. Mello, oh my goodness. Wheelbarrowed up and down for the Bulldog. From behind, what a shot to the back of the head. Shot to the back of the head, no soul by Cater. Oh my God, up and down, unbelievable athleticism. But Mello can't quite put him away. Cater picks him up. Oh, spinning suplex, cover, two. Mello's done. No, kicks out at two. How much can either man have left? They're going to have a look. They're going to find out. It's a chop war. Screams into the air. No sell. Brilliant. No sell from Cater. No, he went for the clothesline. Couldn't find it. Picked him up and down again. Screams into the air. Goes to the top. There's the moonsault and wanting the title too. Got him. Edges one out over Cater. Brilliant performance, whether you like him or not. Carmelo Young, ladies and gentlemen, wins the massive main event. An incredible effort. Wait a minute. What's that? Oh no. Panic is here. Oh no. We're going to see the death match that these two men had in its entirety next week. Mello narrowly escapes Cater. But will he ever escape Panic? Tense stare down. We see it next week. How good is that gonna be? Mello, Panic, death match. Oh wait. Oh, no, the lights are out. Did we not pay the electricity? Oh. My God. It's John fucking Moxley. Holy shit.